be shedding the light on this matter, the Lebanese matter especially. We're going to be speaking on the phone with Mr. Zakareya Othman, the journalist. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Zakareya. Can you hear me, Mr. Zakareya? I can hear you clearly. Sir, as a journalist, I'd like to ask you regarding the current Lebanese situation, which is a crisis happening where lots of Lebanese lives are lost. And in the middle of this chaos, it seems that the stance of the United States is quite unclear in regards to what is happening in Lebanon.
Actually, let me say that what is happening, let me first focus completely on the Egyptian state situation toward what is happening or taking place in Lebanon. Actually, the Egyptian political leadership and the Egyptian foreign ministry expressed their strong condemnation of what is happening in Lebanon. I'm talking about the Israeli attack against Lebanon because it has an humanitarian event. Let me say that Israel has, or the occupation has, intensified its airstrikes against Lebanon because they want to achieve many targets before ending the war or settling the situation, and this is go against humanity. Let me say that the Egyptian state condemns completely what is happening in Lebanon, and this is the Egyptian official situation, and I want really to focus on it before giving an answer to what is happening in Lebanon or before analyzing the whole situation. Secondly, I'd like to say that concerning the Israel attack, and the international reaction toward it. Actually, the international community has to take a clear and a decisive situation against what is happening in Lebanon, because the United Nations and all the other international forums have to stop Israel and to stand in its way in order not to go ahead or to carry on what is happening or in what is doing in Lebanon. Anyway, what I want to say really is Iran said Lebanon is included in a 2-week-long ceasefire deal that reached via a Pakistani mediation. Why U.S. and Israel said Lebanon is not included. So today the whole world are heading to Islamabad to follow what will happen during the U.S.-Iranian talk, which will include discussing the Lebanese situation. What I want really to say is what is happening in Lebanon is not acceptable, because Israel is committing atrocities, but even carnages and massacres in Lebanon that nobody is satisfied with. So the international community has to, so what I want to say is efforts must be exerted or must be combined in order to stop the carnages and the massacres which are taking place in Lebanon. Do you agree?
Yes, Mr. Zakareya, what are the chances of Lebanon facing the same fate of Gaza, especially if they do not reach some agreement in Islamabad? What are the chances of the Lebanese territory and the Hezbollah group facing the same fate of Gaza?
Actually, first of all, we have to differentiate between both cases. What is applied to Gaza is not applicable to Lebanon, simply because in both cases, Israel is a criminal state, is a terrorist entity because it is fighting against humanity. It is committing war crimes and crimes against humanity, and everybody has to condemn and to deprecate what is happening over there. But anyway, the Lebanese case is completely different from the Gazan one. In a slight effect to that, Israel or the occupation wants to repeat the same situation because Israel wants to repeat the same scenario in Lebanon that it has previously carried out in Gaza. But actually, I'm sure 99.9%, if not 100% of that, the Egyptian state will never allow Israel to do that, in addition to the international community. And I think that both, I think that today Islamabad talks will focus completely on what is happening in Lebanon because the whole world is right now holding breath, in addition to paying attention to the Islamabad talks in order to reach an agreement over Lebanon, because Lebanon is supposed to be included. Me, myself, as a political analyst, I do agree and I support the Iranian situation over that. Lebanon must be included because once we talk about a ceasefire, it means the whole Middle East region must witness a permanent peace.
Mr. Zakareya, are we going? You said that the whole world. You said the whole world holding its breath for Lebanon right now. Does that mean we're going to be seeing serious and probably agreements from national organizations that can take effect, or are we going to be just seeing another series of condemnations from international organizations?
Of course, we agree on what you said, simply because the international forums, for most among them, is the UN Security Council, particularly the UN Security Council. It has to hold an emergency meeting to discuss the Lebanese situation, because once a very simple event takes place over the wall, the UN Security Council is supposed to hold an emergency session under a request from one of its member states, either the five permanent member states or the transitional one. So what I want to say is we have to rely upon the international community to start exerting efforts to stop the Lebanese carnages and massacres that Israel commits every day. Because this is one of the most valid situation of the whole crisis. Yes. And in addition to that, I think the Egyptian state, especially the Egyptian presidency and the Egyptian foreign ministry, are doing their best and exerting shuttle efforts diplomatically and politically, yes, in order to push the international community to not only to condemn, but to take real and active steps in order to push the U.S. to force Israel to stop its aggressions against Israel.
Yes, yes. Mr. Zakareya, it was an honor having you with us on Nile TV International. We had the time to speak with the journalist Zakareya Othman, and we move forward.